Hi, and welcome to this game review. We're going to be taking a look at Vyper. This is Sauna, or grilled bread here. We're just going to be taking a look to see if there's a way that we could have improved this game. Just look for some general mistakes that might have been a little bit better, and maybe some micro stuff. If you want your own game review, let me know down below in the comments, or come join the Discord. I have a game review channel. You can just leave it there, and we can review. Enjoy.
Pray for a death that will
Deadlock conspiracy. Yeah. Who knew?
Really best friends, I could tell.
Do I need to help or mention anything about your sliding, Sana? Do you need help with that? You're AFK right now. Okay. Do you want me to comment on your sliding and improving that? Yeah, you were doing something. I noticed. I mean, you weren't even moving. So, yes, please. Okay. Slide more. All right. You slept in and breakfast, and that's it. Nice. I mean, those are both good. What did you have for breakfast? So do mantle sliding for one thing. So when you get up on the ledge, hold crouch button and you'll slide. So once you grab on that ledge, you slide. So hold the crouch button when you do that. Poking the slash really strong is good already. If you're gonna dagger, it's good to just focus, one character if possible, if you get at least one of them on. And the fact that you already got two, you have 3 stacks on lash, that's already really good. The metal slide, you just never do it. Yeah, Vyper is like one of the perfect people for it. And then of course when you're on stairs, you should do it too. Not in a bar with a tempting non-addition movement. Yeah, there's so much movement tech in this game. A chicken stuffed pita. That's not breakfast. That's brunch. You had a sandwich. You're kind of looking like you're a little lost right now. You should just try to like it's fine kind of poking. Nice dagger again. Like poking the minions while standing. But otherwise, try to of course make your advantage of your sliding. Yes, since you've been poking Lash the most, don't try to use your dagger on Paradox. You just want to keep poking Lash with him while he's low health. Yeah. Oh, minion. Good take of minion or that. At this point, you should be looking for opportunities to be slide. Oh, I mean, you don't have full slither, so it's a little hard to slide as far, rather, but... A chicken stuffed pita. So during this time, yeah, what does it say? During this time when you don't have any minion waves, look for taking the boxes and correct golden statues, or taking your neutrals. Calico's going all in, so it's a little hard on doing those things, and so you need to try to help her out. Good venom on him. Just go ahead and kill the gun. Like, I know you're trying to waiting for that dagger, but you should try to kill the flag minion sooner. They're simple in terms of objective, walk forward places where they might be with gun, but you'll die, you lose health. Nice sporadic shooting. But you got enchanters, but you sold it later? That's an interesting choice. I don't know if I would buy enchanters as my first item. Actually, I wouldn't buy enchanters as my first item. I had to sell because we didn't have slots and you wanted powerful. Gotcha. I wouldn't have got it. So doing this is the time you can be sliding up here. I'm almost always get it first unless you can go spirit first. I'm taking no damage. Do you get it first because of the cooldown or because of the extra spirit? Or do you get it because of the regen? The people with guns is just the risk you gotta take. That is the name of the game, of a shooting game. Both, because the build told me to. Oh, okay. I mean, I would get it, but I would just get it like my 3rd or 4th item, not my 1st. That's all. That's why I'm asking, or was curious. What is the best you've heard? Do you like playing more spirit orientated, or do you want more gun damage? Because my answer will change depending on which one. Oh, for healing? Melee her. So when she doesn't have... Okay, so that time, if you see someone that parries, and that means they won't have... Assuming they don't have Rebutal, they won't have parry for, 5 seconds. You can get a heavy melee and a light melee in. You really like Spirit in Lane? I like Spirit in Lane too. I would just get what I do personally. If I don't need the regen, I get improved spirit and then I get opening rounds. You know, but yeah, when you parry, you can't parry immediately after, unless, like I said, unless you have Rebutal, because Rebutal makes it so you can parry quicker. But otherwise, whenever they parry, and it's after it cools off, you can just wail on them. This is the time you can be sliding. You can just slide and shoot these guys. Deadlock's walking forward until you meet opposition, which point you're deadlocked. Oh, that's a point. That's a good point. You know, I guess it's better than primed neon. You should try to get the gun buff. Those buffs just spawned. While Calico's getting the neutral, one of you should try to take this, and with you being you should take it. You see someone with healing right on her like that, you just want to shoot him. You just want to shoot him to break that off, because just one hit breaks healing right. Your might start early, definitely need to focus. Does buff spawn at 5 minutes? Yeah, it spawns at 5 minutes. I don't know if you necessarily want to get too involved in the timing of stuff, because that's like more like advanced. I don't know how much, like, knowing them, having them memorized may not be something that would be the most beneficial to you right now, and just general like small gameplay stuff and movement stuff might be better. But if you really want to know, they do spawn at 5 minutes. There come the times I like to know them. As a Dota guy, then they spawn at 5 minutes. Tier 2 spawn at 6 minutes. You get speed buff on the zip lines at 6 minutes, and the center sacrifice spawn at 6 minutes. Earn and next buff spawn at 10. I shouldn't have some of that memorized, but I'm fucking doing bad on some of my school stuff memorized. But this shit, I mean, I guess it's because I have 1,000 hours. For some things, I mean, they do help, but there's a certain instance, like, you know, whenever you're like, just some of the general movement and gameplay stuff, like paying attention to those, and then a future game review, then you can, like, once you start getting the hang of things, worry about a little bit more of the advanced stuff. You're being okay. I liked it. If you could have gotten it, you would have killed him for sure. But I think if you threw the bola back sooner, it would have been better. But I commend you efforting it, because it does have a bit cooldown. Whenever you're going back to heal, this is a speed boost moment, because you want to get back to this as quick as possible. Like, using in laning phase, using speed boost to get back to heal is totally okay. So use your speed boost for that. Now, because on both lower ranks is almost always worth to go for it, definitely. So that's why I was like, I wasn't necessarily saying don't worry. I was saying don't worry about the time, because nobody goes for them. A lot of the times they're not contesting immediately, so you can just look for the map. If the icon's there, then you try to plan going for it. You think another Cyber setting is good for multiplayer shooter? Valve doing or during, you know, like, yeah, everyone would be there. Yeah. You playing actually passive right now is kind of a good, because Calico's dead and your wave's kind of knocking on the door. So, but I would try to throw in a couple more daggers. If you really wanted to, you could try to bolo one of them, but she shouldn't have down off there. You're doing the right thing in this. But I would say Lash has his Death Slam, so saving Petri for that would be better. Yeah, make use of your mantle sliding. Once you get a little bit used to the hang of it, you just like you said, you just got on that ledge. If you press crouch, you'll slide there, so you don't have to use the extra stamina. Hi, hey Nick, how are you? Bebop's here, bro. What the fuck? To try to slightly get back, I would have probably gone on the left side. Nice stagger throws. Yeah. You've been winning a lot of Billy games? Nice. The Bebop surprised me? Yeah, I wouldn't have... I wouldn't have expected it. You don't really fully expect it. Remember though, I mean, you kind of panicked bullet, but if you hit without the tier 5, throwing it on the ground does nothing, so. He's so fun. I had to play, like, approach him a little bit differently, so if I go back to playing him, I need to fix how I play. Totally ban them. Oh yeah, oh, man, that's what I figured. Did they change the shadow lines to be team colored? What shadow lines? Like on the enemy? Or are you talking about this? Or are you talking about the outline? You talking about the names? What are you talking about, sprites? Oh, be careful not to shoot the minions, or the tier 3s. What build do you like playing on, Billy, Nick? So for this one, you can stand right here or on the side and you can wail. We can heavy melee. The zip lines are called shadow lines in the lore. I didn't know that. I don't fucking know the lore. They changed the enemy side to blue instead of red because it's the enemy team. So like if we were to go someone else real quick, it's on the play. It's because of the playback. So they're amber if you go to the other team instead of just being yellow, blue, green. It's just a spectating thing. Where are you going?
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
You're running up here. Yeah, it's just team color anything. You run hybrid, melee gun, point blank, rapid, torment. Torment? That's interesting. So right now, someone like this is happening, and this shouldn't be happening. Holiday honestly should have went over there, but you're also at the doubles. So, but I guess like I mean, how to really fix it? I don't think I would have gone to the doubles at that point, and probably just take the neutrals near your walker. This is a time you could be sliding, so this is a perfect time you can, when it's just minions and there's no pressure, you can use that to work on your sliding. Yeah, like 4k damage is pretty, I mean, yeah, if you buy it early, it can be like one of your main source of damage. It's because you use how much Valve Legacies in this game. Yeah, this is literally all, like almost all of them. You can see like how much influence they have. You have a lot of money now too. So you need to like decide. Oh, now Paradox is coming. So you should decide on pressuring this or going to buy. But since Holiday's not here, you need to probably be better just to go buy. Life Strike and Spirit Snacks is really good for Bash. Nice. Oh, whenever you upgrade Bash to be heavy melee, that makes sense. So you can't leave now. You need to fight this. You need to fight the wave at least. Okay, you're being come back quick for this. You don't do a whole lot of gun damage this far, so this isn't really doing a lot. I think because you're waiting for Calico, but it could probably be better just to go down and slide and make sure to clear minion wave when you can. Yeah, you have a tier 4. You should just go by and just go. You can go by to see your stop, even though someone went over there. You could use your speed boost to go back and buy and come back. You're taking a lot of unnecessary damage. Like you just took like 350 damage. If you could like actually like tank and kill it quicker, sometimes it's okay to take guardian damage, but there's some times where it's not. And on the thing about the money, like literally right, like it's so much better to go buy like instead of what you just did. Are you gonna die from this now? Yeah, you shouldn't have done that because of getting knocked down from that. So if you went back and bought and speed boost, you have 7k. So really, even though you have 7k, you only have 4k worth of items versus people that don't. So sometimes when you think about that, think like, oh, you have 7k, but and you have that like I said 11k, so you really have only 5k worth of items used. So you can't really fight people because you're so far behind. Actually, that swap was close. Yeah. So there's a couple times instead of pushing the Guardian, you could have loop-de-looed to the secret shop instead of going back to base to buy. But if you really weren't comfortable, then you could go speed boost back to base to buy, really. During this time too, you can parry to... you can slide up and parry the Guardian. Usually more of a single player guy and lore nerds, so you imagine frustration over the years with all the multiplayer games. Yeah, for them that makes sense. You can slide between these two. This is actually good of you taking this after you push the wave, because you're denying it from the enemy, which is great. But you should be more efficient, and because you're taking too long, you get stuck. I wish you got parried. Nuh-uh. You need to get out.
In Atlantic City.
Even though Paradox is chasing Calico, you should just go back to your base and then swap over here. Go back to your base, heal, and go to this lane. This lane is being attacked right now because Paradox was over here and Calico also had to leave. So whenever you're like looking on this one, and see now yellow's open too. So both of these lanes are open instead of just doing that little mini box route, which wasn't like super efficient. If you were here quicker, you could come back, heal, buy possibly, and then go to either lane. Deadlock is a commentary in Mender Complex and how you make money through violence. It comes back to haunt you. I guess if you really wanted to connect some dots and some shit. Should have prioritized waves and minions and more. Yeah, sometimes it, like when they're like, yeah, while you're coming back, you're like kind of roaming on that. Like it was good that you backed off of that fight. And then once you did that and try to like kind of look at the minimap then and see like what's happening, and since this was like happening a little bit, you could be like, oh, this is gonna need help, or they backed off on this one, this will need help. You're drunk philosophy without being drunk. Nice. Before you go over here, okay, I was gonna say you should buy, which is good. What helped only slide of Vyper is thinking about the reload timer. It takes pretty much exactly as long to reload it as to unload the clip. Sliding reduces how often you reload it, almost doubles your DPS. Yeah, you really try to work on taking advantage of sliding more. And I'll show you my items in my typical build that I follow, that I do, and then go from there. This is not good. I'm good. Kind of let this happen, but okay, cool. I think not cool. Oh, you should have one back. Wait, I guess Ivy's here. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Someone on your left. Oh, it's serious. You should just back, instead of just waiting, you should just back off. And that one, like, instead of just waiting for like, oh, someone's gonna, damn girl. Don't just like just sit and wait. You should have just kept falling back. You can't infect them from unwinnable fights. Yeah, that. So what I was gonna say though is like everybody pushing up on blue is a very risky situation. If you don't know or have map presence and don't see a whole lot going on, you should think or be wary that people are just going to completely collapse on this, and blues are the hardest walkers to fight, of course. So whenever you like cleared this wave, I think I would have just spammed retreat or at least backed off a little bit. That was hard watching me saying a little bit. Damn girl. Yeah. She did. She just fucking, I thought it was like Paradox kniving her. It was like fucking rake. Okay, so I do find all the time we were ahead and we pressure Walker, but we end up getting ran down at this point. Yeah, so that's where I kind of like the pressuring the mini game or middle game is. Like I said, slightly got it, almost got it out of him. Just he got his feet. So instead of pressuring that lane, what you could have done and what would have been better is for sure take their neutrals, or start the urn. Like while you're pressuring up there, you could have possibly started the urn, which would have allowed more pressure over here. That could have opened up space as an option, because at this point in the game, 20 minutes, really what you're looking for is you're looking for 1 to 2 kills on the enemy team, and then you can do mid boss or more. But 20 minutes is like a 30 starts being 30 second timers, and you can totally fight mid boss if you're up 2 people. So like Yamato trying to 1v2 to 3 people. Fucking ragdoll. If your bullet comes off cooldown, you should bolo her. Alright. Nice drill. Nice bolo. Alright, y'all kill her. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, this time, see what I'm talking about? Like a 37-second cooldown. You could ping mid boss. This is a mid boss moment. Like this totally could be mid boss. That was a good parry, yeah. You could totally start mid boss. The 4 of y'all, while they're pushing this is perfect moment. Just ping mid boss. And eventually, you can get to a point where you do it yourself. Like you can solo mid boss. But see that? See when she died, she had a 36-second cooldown, and we're only 20 seconds or 20 minutes in. You could totally have done that. So that's something too, instead of like trying to just brute force and just ram down blue, you could like think of what's on the map and other objectives you can take advantage of. I am on Mac all the time telling team get ready for mid after next, but I didn't do that yet in this game. I thought we need long cooldown. No, roughly around 20-minute mark, unless of course, you know, you basically team wipe before that. 20 minutes, if you kill 2 people, you can almost, and most of your team is here, or all of them, you can almost guaranteed to get mid boss off. And since Lash was on yellow too, I mean, you didn't know it at the time, but he got a minion. Nice. You're double jumping a lot. I wouldn't switch your double jumping efforts into sliding. Blue is also the easiest walker to defend. That's why pushing glued is, yeah. So just like Bubbly mentioned, it's blue's the riskiest to push at all. For item builds, since they have Spirit Burn already, and it looks like he rushed Echo Shot. Oh, he did. You should get debuff remover. If you ever get into this scenario, you have enough money, sell regen, or you don't even sell anything right now. Look, this is another mid boss moment. Look at this. You could. This is totally. And Furnace was here in Calico. This is another moment you could have done it. You can even just ping it. You don't even have to comment sometimes. But based off of their team though, you should. This is a debuff remover game as well, because he has already Spirit Burn with Echo. She's gonna normally get Spirit Burn. So that's another interesting. So my gauge on when we can do mid is definitely way too. Because yeah, you can definitely the first time with mid boss, until they change it and they repatch it or balance it, which they will. You can get it quicker than you think. And if you had Spirit Life still, or even Bullet Life still right now, I like going Bullet Life still sooner than Spirit. You can live off of this. Pay attention to your money too. So what you could do in this instance is get this wave. Don't do this one. Get the minion wave, because the minion wave is priority, and then rotate to the secret shop. Buy at the secret shop, teleport over, and then go over here, or buy at the secret shop and then rotate to yellow and finish off the walker. You're done. Yeah. Transition your double jump into sliding. You don't want to double jump too much with Vyper, because you want to use that stamina instead for sliding. This is risky business now, because you know 2's here, you know 2 here, but you don't know where the other ones are. They could really collapse on you. So be careful when you're pushing walker and you don't know where someone is. 2 here, but where are the other 2, right? You're actually getting away with it. Oh, so Infernus is saying 2 mid, so yeah. And then your money. So your mun. If you're gonna go back. If you're gonna stay. Yeah. You're gonna die here? Oh, you're gonna kill him. Here's my thinking, not buying immediately. Secured souls. I see that unsecured souls like 300, so I was being greedy. But I see I should just go buy instead. Yeah, if you imagine, okay, think of it, if you had Mercurial or Glass Cannon during that, you see how much health that has? That would be dead. The only reason, like, depending on the time of the game, you kind of really need to worry about, secured souls. It really depends on the variety of the game. You know, early game, 300 souls is a lot. 20 to 25 minutes, 300 souls is not a lot. 800 plus, regardless of the time, that's quite a bit, especially if it's over 1,000. But how much unsecured souls you have really depends on the time of the game. I would not buy Boundless without Mercurial first. Like I think it would have been better to buy Mercurial and then leave that as improved spirit, personally. This is a time you again. I'll stop like saying it too much. You could go start mid if you had leech during this, or again bullet life steal. You could. They're dead. They're pushing. They're knocking on this door. You could totally start this. Look at that. You can. Oh, you should have tried to petri her. You have a bad habit too of not spending money. I'll farm, then just fight and just donut the bag. Yeah, that one's careful one. They're backing off. So this is the thing here. They're backing off. You should back off. They're not going to have pressure on here. They're going to rotate to you. There's one of them. You can just petri her. No, just petri her. Oh, yeah. Okay, you're dead. Unfortunate. I like how you teabag that. As soon as you saw her, it's okay to petri her immediately and just to keep running. But since you waited to begin with, that you wouldn't have been in that situation if you backed off sooner. So since they backed off, you should have backed off because you're gonna lose your pressure. You knew your fate was, yeah. I mean, like, you're literally, what? There's 2 to 3 people there. What the fuck are you gonna do? My takeaway so far: dare to be more aggressive, and sliding is a new walking. Oh, with Vyper, surprise. Vyper is different. Viper's gimmick is sliding. That's her main gimmick. She has a small ammo clip. She has a fast fire rate. It's to take advantage of sliding. And I remember in Hero Labs, Vyper ruled the lobby before they adjusted her. And when she first released, she was so oppressive. It's kind of funny. I love the name this person has. What, Big Peepee or Grilled Bread? I like Sana's name as well. Grilled Bread? Yeah. Why would you grill your bread? How the fuck did you come up with a name? Is it just because it's toast? Toast is toast. Big Peepee? I like Big Peepee. And Vindicta's Lost Shoes. So this right here, you should rotate to this. Whatever Calico's doing, whatever you're doing, Calico's literally fighting one person. Kill her, kill Paradox, go do mid boss. Whatever this is doing, go here, kill her. Okay, you didn't need the bull on her, I guess. Kill these minions, ping mid boss. Look how 4 happy people here. Look at them down 2. This is another wonderful. Like, if this wasn't engaged, if you just slightly beamed, like, you could have left and started mid boss. Debuff remover. So debuff remover removes spirit burn. It removes the bombs. So if you get in this instance, debuff remover will fully remove it. My camera's flat. Okay. So instead of constantly again just ramming it down, like Yamato's doing something good, y'all could have done that too. So instead of region to having a lifesteal, bullet, or spirit lifesteal, and eventually you'll have leech, you can solo mid boss. You're camping with the buddies. We threw some bread on the grates over the fire, so we called it grilled bread and thought it was serious. It is funny. You should do this. This is first. This is priority. Pretty sure Medica's barefoot because of her full-time issues. What? She's buried dead. And that's why she's dead. I see ramming it down the walker is a huge problem. Like I said, we've tried it 3 times and haven't. Yeah, and if you had mid buff or mid boss buff, you could have gotten it. Are you going to do this now by yourself? This is a perfect time too. You can just slide and shoot all these. Yeah, see them constantly. And here's another thing too, though. You backed off and Holiday backed off, but 2 people stayed. So like, try to communicate with your team for all of them to leave if they could, and since they weren't killing it and they're still there. Is it too bad to secure kills with Bola? No, I do it kind of a lot with Tank Buster. I think we might get the kills, kind of kill still, but I also the cooldown short enough. With the cooldown now being 60 seconds, and if you get superior cooldown, which if you go more spirit orientated, which your build was, which is what you talked about at the beginning, I think you would fully like petri him, just petri him, literally petri him. This is a perfect. This is that. Okay, yeah. See, he was in your face. Could have petried him. Could have killed him. See, he's out now. That was a totally kill him petri moment. Yes, use petri. With the cooldown now being as it is, you. That was hard to watch. Granted, that's a petri moment too. See him up there, but Billy wouldn't be here to begin with. Wherever he is, he's not here. He's in the back. Yeah, see how now you're all left? They should go do mid boss now. With your build though, I would suggest throwing in superior cooldown, like 47 seconds. And then if you get trans cooldown, it's 44. It's only 3 seconds, which isn't a whole lot, but it also affects some of your items. And since you have Tesla and Mystic Shot, it affects those as well. Oh, it doesn't show it, but trans cooldown does affect Mystic Shot. This cooldown for the bullet, I mean, it affects all of them. A superior, like if you just get cooldown, you can put it on whatever. But superior cooldown affects everything, including your daggers. So you see how it goes down to 7.2, and so it's whatever. But if you like spamming Bola, I would consider getting it, at least superior cooldown. Or fucking, I mean, this is 25. This is 22, so if you fucking have anything, you can just get 1600, and that combined with enchanters is good enough. What ranks do? Whatever, whoever needs help. Burst fire doesn't help protect it more. Do they fix it? Trans cooldown should affect. Yeah, see, it does. Trans cooldown does affect it. It doesn't. It's super minuscule, but it does because it's 0.2 is pretty low as it is. But like I said, if anything, you can literally just get compress cooldown with Enchanter's Emblem, and you'll be kind of good with that. And the other thing that I mentioned, instead of Glass Cannon, because you kind of just rush Glass Cannon at the end, like you mentioned, because you're like, I don't know what to do. Spirit Overflow also offers additional cooldown now instead of duration. So Spirit Overflow, especially with your build, is a wonderful, wonderful item. Would be wonderful for you. You hate fighting characters with movement crippling abilities in the game. It's gonna be not fun to not do that. The biggest two is McGinnis's turrets with Mystic Slow, and you fucking crawl, and then Kelvin's Ice Beam. Those are the biggest two that makes me not have fun. Everyone else is whatever. Only but another game gets to was Rocket League. I'm pretty sure I made a champion and then Epic killed the game. Yeah, I can't tell you that one. So either stay on the tier 3, don't. You need to clear this wave. This right here, you need to fight this. Don't keep poking that. I never really got into Rocket League. Be a little more confident with or work on a little bit on your aiming with that. Oh, you know what? Actually, sorry, the fucking walker can trigger the walker can trigger the collision on the Bola. So watch out for the walker's leg. It's stupid. It's a bug, but throwing a Bola under the walker to try to get the other side, there's a good chance the walker's gonna trigger it. And sorry, outside of the item build stuff, we can talk more about it after the game. More than happy to show kind of what I have and some things you can play around with. But we didn't see a whole lot of like the past 3 minutes once they got the rejuve. We can test that, Nick, I think, but like I said, I think they did. Trans cooldown should affect it. As long as you hear that movement scaled with your spirit, and there's 7. Yeah. He's okay. So before you go here, those horses gonna hit you? Okay, they didn't. Before you went here, or even do this, okay? I was gonna say for tier 4, you could have just whacked and finish it, but I think I would have given this and just try to save green. There's 2 here. And it was mostly dead. There's no one on green right now, and it's knocking on the front door. He's knocking on the back door. If you'd went to green, this probably would have been better, and you can fight with Calico with Lash and whoever possibly saved her. Another thing I like about Deadlock is that one generally shouldn't bother with defending its coordinated pushes. Instead they rush down sometimes. Yeah. Kind of on the opposite sprites, you've seen them constantly defend this. Constantly defending blue by rotating over. Big PP has Torment Pulse as well. Sometimes I hit a walker with the hope I can save it, but deep down, like, it depends on like how things are. Because there's sometimes it's totally gone, and there's sometimes you could save it. In that instance, since both were kind of be pressured, there's 2 people here, and this one's like really low health. There's no one here, but minions were fighting it, and Calico couldn't save it. This one was a more likely to be saved, and you could have killed these people. And Furnace was here, but with how low that was, with them two knocking on the door and no one here, going green would have been a better option. Other than that, sometimes it's okay to kill a walker and die. Yes, because a lot of people try to kill the walker, get it very low, and then die. Yes. What you just did is you opened a flex slot, which is why you have now heal bane. So dying for a walker is an okay thing. Dying for a guardian is an okay thing. Constantly throwing yourself in the way, like if it took 3 deaths to kill it, that's not okay. Dying for it like you just did is okay, for the most part. If the like mid boss was up and all your team was where it is right now, and then you went and died for it, this is an instance where it's not really okay to do it because they could just take mid boss off of your death. So, but overall, you are correct. That's effective ends where blue has people spaced out. Yeah, totally.
Need help on Greenwich.
And Box Dragon, if you still need it, or I'll ask because you want your own game reviewed, I can take a look at it, but I'm gonna do at least 1 game after this, so it'll be like 2 hours if I do look at one of your games, or we can do it another day. Which I have a Discord channel for game IDs, and you can just put it in there, and we can plan what day would work best for you, or I can just review it later, and you can have it as a VOD, whatever you want. During this instance, you should kind of be using, you should slide.
To be claimed.
Nice. There's a couple items with your build. Like I said, we'll talk about your build too that you can experiment with that I think might be better too with you. All 4 of y'all here isn't really super good. Holiday's by herself. This is an instance where you could try doing the Urn. You're down. It's going to be on your side. Holiday has both side lanes are pushed up. This is actually a great time for y'all to run the Urn. So if you, in this instance, when you say, oh, well, look at the map pressure we have, we're also down, so it's going to be in our advantage, consider getting the Urn. Do you ever get Titanic or escalating on Vyper? I see on builds. Oh, try to build it quicker. And I've gotten it before since you're one of our slidings. What are your thoughts? I don't like it. I think it's a waste of a slot for her. But like I said, we can talk about build stuff at the end. Since there's like literally like 5 minutes, 6 minutes left, we'll just talk about them. Best thing Ellie can do against such effectiveness is counter all lanes by grind blue. Yeah, exactly. This is bad now. So this big fight, you should stay. You should stay. The reason why I'm saying you should stay is because this fight is make or break the game. You lose this fight, which you're losing this fight, you lose the game. And their mean is being toxic. So you leaving is not good. You need to stay. About make it, yeah. Like this time at this time of game, like you may not have won it, but you leaving definitely lost it. So that's kind of where that is. It happened actually in another game I reviewed yesterday or 2 days ago, where when you're like in those instances, like yes, you're low. You might not have won it if you stayed, but you definitely lost it by you leaving and doing mid boss, which they just did. This basically secures the game for them. Trying to worry about KDA, yeah. It doesn't mean anything really unless you're inting. And the first, literally, like if your first like 5 deaths rather, you know, are like 10 minutes in the game or 15, you know, deaths don't really mean a whole lot. If you die 5 times to make it 10, like at this part of the game, that is bad because you're going to be under, like, you're going to be like basically Ivy, as you can see. So, Mean being toxic is another shocking news. This guy's did a Billy game a few days ago where he went 10-10, but the most player damage in tower, yeah, by a margin. Yeah, sometimes it's necessary. So there's not really a whole lot left on this sauna. Do you want to watch the rest of it, or do you want to end here? Because they have the rejuve. It's going to end in like 7 minutes, 5 minutes, or whatever. Do you want to watch the rest of this, or do you want to? What do you want to do? Also, look at. I just never look at your money. Don't really get over 6,400. We're all good. Okay. All right. And yeah, you just didn't got glass cannon. So, let's go look at build stuff real quick.
I'm just gonna say it. Lash is awesome, and he kicked Bebop's ass.
That's true as well. Yeah. Definitely means the game based on the timing. Spirit Burn, Bebop, constantly, Shiv, Infernus, any of those ones. Really consider getting debuff remover It totally will save you like so much health. And if you really do get trans cooldown, you'll see that it reduces cooldown from 50 to 35. So it goes a long way if you get both of them. Vyper absolutely loves Lash and wants to do things to Lash. Do you have somewhere to donate? No, no, you don't need to donate. I don't need it. 50 to 35, yeah, totally. So this is my build. It's more gun into spirit. The ID's in the description of the YouTube if you really. This one is public because I have a lot of games with her. I haven't really updated it for more spirit orientated, to be honest. But if you want me to make a spirit build, I can. Because you look like you had a lot more spirit items. With what you had, I would at least with enchanters as it is, with what it offers with the cooldown, and if you want to bolo a lot, you can be good with just these two items for cooldown, and then eventually getting spirit overflow. If you end up liking Tesla, so if we get Tesla here, and then we get trans, you'll see that it still says 0.2, but it does affect it. It does affect it. It's very minuscule, but hey, it's extra, and it's extra spirit if anything. It is. I wouldn't rush trans cooldown. This would be more of a luxury item, but it is what it is. It'll help. And if you actually get capacitor and upgrade it, so let's say we get capacitor. Now we go look in here. Look, you can use capacitor at 28 seconds. So trans cooldown is the only cooldown that affects items. So if you do end up getting a lot of items, or like Mystic, let's say we get Mystic Shock as well. So let's go back to Mystic. We get trans here. We'll see it goes down to 5.6. So it's another good item in those instances. For a couple two tips. So I have this on for Vyper. For my sliding, this isn't for everyone, but I actually have it to toggle, so I don't hold crouch. I literally just press it and I waddle, but I press it once and I'm not even holding. So this is its own personal thing. I could not play it any other way personally, but I like that. If you don't like that, I would suggest putting this to spacebar or something on your mouse and having jump something else, because it's literally like don't hold something like your pinky and then try to use AD and then your mount. Like that's you're gonna strain yourself, so don't do that. Like physically you're gonna strain yourself. The other thing that I would recommend is the venom. Put it on instant cast, because if you don't, imagine, hold on here, let's do this. It's easy with knockdown. So if I buy knockdown and I'm sliding, if I'm shooting and then I press knockdown, you see how I stop shooting? If you have it on instacast, like lethal venom, while you're shooting, you can just press it. If you have by default what it is, you have to stop shooting, press it, and then reapply it. With it on instacast, you don't have to do that. So that's why it's constantly blinking, because it's on instacast. And if you have two enemies, it's where you look at. So you should use instacast, and this isn't for any other, or for just for Vyper. Like if you play 7, just like how Nick was talking about, I do the same thing with his stun. I think it's so much easier and better. So like if I look here, see his stun, instacast on most abilities is better in my opinion, instead of like quick cast. Or sorry, confirm cast.
Look, I'm not saying you need my help.
Everything combining builds is genius named. Yeah, I have mixed feelings on the item shop rework, because it felt like there was more character flexibility with the 12 slots and the way things work, but at the same time it didn't. But with this build, or with this way, it offers more flexibility, because you can buy literally all orange items or all gun items, I mean, but at the same time it's weakened because you have less slots. So like I have mixed feelings on it. But I do want there to be more character expression and allow people to play characters how they want. I remember when I first played the Confirm Cast was pissing me off. I didn't know how to turn on. I watched a video in like March about it and I never looked back. I was like, Because like at the time I was playing a trackball and I wanted to learn a gun character that was tracking so I could try to get used to the trackball. I'm not on trackball now, by the way. I'm on a standard mass. But I wanted to like get better with it, and so I picked Vyper, and I'm like, what the fuck are these things? I can't do this. So I was like, I'm gonna have to look for other ways, or I'm gonna have to drop Vyper. So I found other ways. You think 8 slots are enough? I guess. I mean, at the end, it does allow stuff for it. I just, maybe, like I said, maybe it's just a placebo or something. I don't know. Trackball's insane. I was having like shoulder pain and stuff at the beginning of the year, because like my previous desk, there's a lot of stuff, but like I play with a really low sensitivity, like really low. And when I played Overwatch and Marvel, because it was a little bit more hectic, like I didn't, like if I just played Deadlock, it wasn't a problem. But if I play Overwatch or Marvel for like 2 or 3 weeks straight constantly, and that's the only thing I play, I get shoulder pain, or at least I did. So I was looking at alternatives, and I watched Zergy, of course, and he used it. So I was like, I'll try it. So I used a trackball for like 4 months. 8 potential modifiers on every player tier that, like the abilities, cannot be predicted. True. Unfortunately, I mean, you're not going to get around it anyways, but meta stuff goes in meta things. So some things are always going to be required. So Sana, for kind of the build thing, what I like, instead of like getting like I said, enchanters, I wouldn't rush enchanters. It's good like your 3rd item or so. I tried to actually like spirit focus one, which was this one, and you'll see that I still don't get enchanters until way down. But I also didn't really like that build, and then I just went back to my normal gun build. My normal hybrid build, and I just adjusted it for her changes that she had, you know, a couple of days ago or a week or 2 ago. But I just normally follow this left to right for the most part. And once you get like in these 2 or these 3, you kind of got to go wherever you want to. You don't have to get point blank, but at least during laning phase, close quarters is pretty good because you get 20 damage off of it. Again, you don't need to get intensifying. As for the magazine thing, because you're sliding, besides working on that, active reload to Quicksilver kind of really help with that. And you'll notice how I kind of get it here near the end. So I kind of get it sooner. And if you like Quicksilver, because especially for hybrid and spirit focus, Quicksilver is great for your reloading instead of using Titanic Mag. Escalating resilience is good if they have a lot, like if they have an Infernus, a Wraith, a Haze, and someone else that's fully an Ivy that are really gun focused. Escalating resilience is good for the resistance because of the gun resisted offers. I wouldn't get it for the ammo, if that makes sense. Something else with your build that you can consider is that if you do get Mercurial, and there's a reason why I have Ricochet here, is that whenever you have it, you'll see that your Mercurial damage also ricochets. So that's always fun. And then, of course, if you do Venom, you'll see Venom builds up too on the 3 enemies that it would ricochet to. And since since Venom goes on to neutrals now as well, you can spread it to the 3. So that's another reason why I like Ricochet. What is the best situation? I don't have any more regen during rough early lane. Getting what you did was fine. Getting extra regen early lane, or getting healing right, if you're okay with healing right, is good during the lane. Eventually you should get a lifesteal because Vyper's really good at it. So if let's sell Ricochet here. And let me get rapid and burst fire. And we have burst bullet lifesteal, excuse me. Let me make half health. Oh, I'm not fucking aiming, hold on. There you go. You can keep it going. So, but I wouldn't rush lifesteal until you have a couple of gun items or a couple of spirit items. If you just like buy lifesteal as your first or second item, you're not going to get value out of it. So it's something that you would get like near the end of the laning phase for that sustainability. But you also get Fortitude or Veilwalker. Both do the same thing. You know, it's keeping you on the map without having to go to base. Eventually you should get Leech like we talked about. If you go hybrid, because you will heal so much between the gun and the spirit damage. So I also found that laning against Viscous and Mina is difficult because they can dodge the E. Do you ever swap lanes if you know what the matchup will be like? Yes, not always. Sometimes I just deal with it. All right, Nick. Sometimes I just deal with it, but there's some games like if I fucking fight Lash like 2 or 3 games in a row, a Dynamo 2 or 3 games in a row, Bebop, etc., that I really don't want to, or that's a really bad matchup, I will ask anyone, and I'll just send out envelope or the swap buttons. Yesterday I had a game when I played Paige, and it started me off with Kelvin. Both are kind of supporty, right? So I asked someone to swap, and we did. So I would definitely consider swapping if you don't like the matchup.